I'm Sergeant Alex Kessler. Today we'll be going over how to shoot like a Marine. This is the M40A5 long-range precision sniper rifle. Our bolt action, manual operated, shoulder fired, air-cooled, magazine fed, weapon system with an optical sight. It's suppressed. On top of it, we have the M8541. It is the SSDS, the Scout Sniper Day Scope. It has a windage turret, elevation turret, a parallax knob. It has an illuminated reticle inside the scope, and then it goes from 3 to 12 power. First thing you do before shooting is establish a good shooting position. We do this by placing our rifle face downrange at the target we're going to engage. Get directly behind your gun and move down into a push-up position. You kind of lay down, you open up your legs as wide as you can. This will help absorb the recoil of the shot. At this point, you'll bring the buttstock into the shoulder of your pocket, utilizing the chicken wing method just like with any rifle. Then I'll get a high, firm grip on my pistol grip with a relaxed thumb. The ammunition we fire, the Dodik is Alpha 11. It's a 175 grain match grade round, 7.62 by 5.1 millimeters. The final thing we do before taking the shot is checking our data on the gun. This will be done by adjusting the windage to whatever we see the wind downrange, and then I'll also check my elevation. One thing to ensure before firing is to have a steady shooting position. We do this by making sure our gun is not canted at all. And then my cheek weld is the final thing I'll worry about. And I practice this by putting my chin on and dropping it down and getting a comfortable position behind my scope. And I'm ready to fire. And that is how you shoot like a Marine.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Charles Johnson from Shambaugh, Iowa, here with 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines at Camp Hansen, Okinawa, Japan. Today I'm going to teach you how to shoot indirect fire like a Marine. The purpose of the 60mm mortar section is to provide that organic indirect fire support for the company. This allows our riflemen to close with the enemy so they can hit their objectives. We'll have FOs who are out in front of the lines. They're selecting those targets. They'll call back to myself, the Fire Direction Center. I'll take the information that they give me, and I'll make gun data that I pass down to the gun line. Off here to my left, we have the gunner squad leader. His job is the overall responsibility of the gun and also manipulate the sight and orientate the gun towards its targets. Off to the right of the gun is the assistant gunner. His job is to ensure that the ammo is prepped correctly and to load and drop the rounds. And then to the rear, we have our ammo man, which preps the rounds and hands it off to the A gunner so he can fire the weapon. Once the rounds have hit the target, the FO will let me know to fire for effect. And that's when all 3 guns will fire for the prescribed effect on that target and kill the enemy. And that's how you shoot like a Marine.
My name is Sergeant Christopher D'Arcy, and I'm going to teach you how to shoot, move, and communicate like a U.S. Marine.
Go, go, Freddy!
The mission of the Marine Corps Rifle Squad is to locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and movement.
Hey, push to the bar, push to the bar!
And repel the enemy's assault by fire in close combat. We do that from the squad level, all the way to the team, all the way to the buddy level. The idea of the shoot, move, and communicate is you have your buddy suppressing and one of your buddies moving. We have one buddy shooting, and which will allow the other buddy to move. So one suppressing enemy will allow the other buddy to move. Once he gets set, then he starts suppressing and will allow his buddy to move. A team or the squad reaches the objective, and they have taken the objective.
Come on, let's go, let's move!
They consolidate and conduct an ACE report. The ACE report is A, ammo, C, casualties, E, equipment, which will then tell and let the squad leader or team leader know
Miles, give me that ace report.
if they have any casualties in their team,
One green,
what kind of equipment they are missing, or if they're missing at all, and how much ammo they have left to repel the enemy's counterattack. And that, gents, is how you shoot, move, and communicate like a U.S. Marine.
My name is Sergeant Connolly from Jungle Warfare Training Center. Today I'm going to teach you how to rappel like a U.S. Marine. If you're on patrol and you come up on a vertical cliff face or near vertical and you have to move troops and equipment, it requires you to know how to rappel. So right now, I'm going to get my L shape. All I'm doing is putting my feet on the edge of the cliff, about shoulder width apart, keeping my legs straight, slightly bent forward at the waist, trying to make an L with my body. Slowly feed line through, get my L shape. And whenever I get about perpendicular to the cliff, I'm going to step down onto the concrete. At this point, I'm going to maintain that L shape for the entire way going down. My break is either my 6 o'clock, where I am right now, or at the 12 o'clock, right here. This will break me also. 3 o'clock is going to be directly out with my right hand, my break hand, to the 3 o'clock portion of my body. At that point, that's going to give me a slow, even descent. Whenever I'm at 3 o'clock, I just hold that OK symbol and let the rope slide through my hands. And that's how you rappel like a Marine.
I'm First Lieutenant Andrew Palmano. Today I'm going to teach you to conduct urban breaching like the United States Marines. Marines find out that there's a building or other area that needs to be entered, and so we have a couple methods of doing that. In certain environments, we'll be required to do so using explosives. What we do is we have a breacher. He's the Marine that actually is priming the charge and detonating the charge. You have an assistant breacher who helps place the charge and spool out the wire to do that. Our blanket man holds the ballistic breaching blanket, which protects the Marines who stack behind him. Once the Marines come out of the stack, they will aggressively breach that target and fight their way inside. The breacher has just completed giving his hasty breacher's brief for the team, in which he describes the target that they're attacking, the charges they'll be using, appropriate standoffs, as well as the casualty collection plan in the event that there should be casualties within the team. Right now you see that they're moving up to their target and getting ready to stack. So the blanket man has been told in that breacher's brief how far they need to be. He estimates the distance. The breacher then goes up and sets the charge with his assistant breacher. So the breacher is placing the charge on the target. Charge is in place. Now they're priming in, so they have a det cord loop, prime of MDI, which is Modern Demolitions Initiator, also known as shock tube. It provides an instantaneous shot from when the Marine presses on the detonator to when the charge should explode.
Breacher, you have control. Roger, I have control. Stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Our Marines have been able to successfully breach some doors, some walls, and some windows. Overall, you have a breacher, you have your charges, you have a breach team, and that's how you breach like a Marine.
I am Sergeant Tappan, and today I'm going to teach you how to start a fire like a Marine. See this great fire that we got going on right here? Provides warmth. It can provide you with be able to dry your wet clothing and help you cook your food. But it can't get started unless you have one of these. All right, this right here is called a bird's nest. You're just gonna grab a bunch of dried up dead leaves or whatever you can get your hands on, and you're gonna roll it up into a ball and then make a bird nest out of it. So you basically, all you can do is make a pocket in the center. Inside that pocket, you're gonna put magnesium block sheddings. The magnesium helps you be able to start your fire once you start sparks with your flint and steel. Your flint and steel create a sparks whenever you rub any metal against it. Once you got a small enough flame going, we have your kindling, which is going to be small pieces of stick to be able to start your fire. Right after your bird's nest, after that, you're going to need your tinder. Your tinder is going to make your fire a little bit bigger, and the end state is to be able to get your fuel on fire, which is going to be your large logs or your thick pieces of wood. And that's how you start a fire like a Marine.